Hello, good evening, and welcome back to The Longing. I'm Modi Apparatus. We're exactly at 283 days left, 8 hours, and 0 seconds. Welcome back. We are mining out the crystals inside of the cavern here, just to see if anything happens when I do all of them. They take about 10 minutes a piece, I think. So I've been at this for a while, because there was about 6 crystals here. I had to take a break in between and do some other things. And I've just been having it running and reading Twitter and that kind of thing while he's mining here. Because it takes a long damn time. Only halfway there on this particular one. I wanted to start there so I could get that whole minute turnover there. The second turnover, got the full, 0-0 across the board. I'd like to be able to play this during a, sometime when we have it at a full day, like an even day left, when it ticks over. That's what I want. So that means I have to time it just right as far as recording. I might have to record at an odd time here. I usually record about 11 p.m. at night, roughly. But the clock has shifted over because we used to be at the beginning of the day, and now we're towards the end of the day because of the multiplier inside of the home. So I might just have to rely on that to get ourselves, in the right time frame to maybe pull that off at some point in the future. We'll see. It's gonna take me sitting around watching the clock here for the most part. But maybe I can make it work. Anyways, we're back, and it's been a few days. Like I said, it's 283 left here now. So, today we are going to be heading back to the darkness, where we found those glowing mushrooms, and seeing if I can go the other direction and find anything off the beaten path there. That's really the only spot I have in mind where I haven't gone down an alternate path yet. I'm sure there's other ones that I've missed. That's the only one I can think of at the moment, and that's probably gonna be a full episode to get through all that. So we'll head over there. Haven't been home in all these days here. We're getting lots of crystals for the home though. When we get back, there's gonna be tons of crystals on the wall. Should be amazing. Probably all the crystals I can possibly get in the game at this point, because I don't know if we'll find any other ones. But we'll see. It's possible. And then after that, I don't know. We might go down and try to break the glass for the treasure room. Because that's the big last set piece, I think, holding me back. And if I can get that open, that might open a doorway to new things. That's the last big piece of content I can think of. If there's nothing in this dark path that I'm going to be taking today. So I'll do the dark path today, and then after that, we'll try the glass breaking in the treasure room. That might snap my pickaxe, I don't know. Last time I hit the glass there, it shattered my pickaxe, so we might just be done after that, unless I can find another one. Which isn't it can't be gated, right? We found this one just by exploring around. There was no gate to it besides just discovering how to get to it. So I feel like if there was any kind of thing just it's sitting around someplace, we would have seen it by now. So that means it has to be in an area we haven't been to before, which means those areas are pretty few and far between at this point. There's not very many areas we haven't seen. We know for sure we haven't seen the face. We know for sure we haven't seen the library. Those are the only 2 main set pieces that I know of. If there's anything else, I haven't seen it yet. So we'll discover them. Like I said, the face we know about from, I think from the screenshot is where I saw it originally. Maybe it was somebody's video or something possibly. And then the library, obviously we've seen it on the map. We've seen it mentioned. We've seen the exterior door for it, and we've heard it's blocked, is what he said. And we saw it actually in the map. We can see that it's blocked. So we know that way in is not going to work. But we'll figure it out. I just don't know what the back way is going to be like here. What? I don't know. There's got to be a back way into it. I just don't know how it's going to happen. There's just no way. But once we get there, we'll all get all kinds of books. Then we can spend some time in the home doing some reading. And all that good stuff. Almost finished. So yeah, there was about 6 crystals here, I want to say. And they all take about this long. I really thought, there we go. God, I was going to say, I really thought this would be happening faster than it is, but I was hoping that something would happen with this once we get all of them taken out, but it doesn't look like anything happens. All right, goes right on the wall. Pain to harvest. I thought like maybe if we got all the crystals removed, maybe this whole thing would like reduce down and reveal a doorway behind this. It's too much wishful thinking for that to happen. So where am I headed? I want to head back to the... Is that the darkness there? I think that's the darkness. Yes, this is where we're headed. Because that's where it branched off. We took the other path. That's exactly where it was. I think that was the spot. In any event, it is going to get us close. So let's take it. And then we have to make sure, before we head that way, we can't let them auto-walk the entire way. We have to stop and grab a mushroom first. I don't know the way back there, though. We'll see how long it takes. I mean, it's going to take several minutes. It's a long walk. I'm a slow walker. It's just the nature of the game. So how's everybody been? Everybody enjoying their quarantine? I know these episodes have not been very frequent. I wanted to do them more frequently, but we had other videos to tackle. I've been doing Terraria with Jay Beetle, and it's been fantastic. Absolutely love that game. And we recorded a ton of episodes so far for it. It's because he has work on the weekends, so we try to get recording done during the week. We have about 4 days of recording we can do, so we're doing 3 days or so. So we got, I think, 3 or 4 nights of recording, and now we have tons of episodes. We did like 3 or 4 a night, so tons of episodes for the future. We'll be rolling all those daily until I run out. I think I got a total of 10 right now. I might have to double check that, but we'll be rolling those out on the channel. You probably already saw most of them. We're up to episode 5 by the time you're seeing this, probably. And they've been very fun. I hope people are enjoying them. It's nice to be back to a game that I know so well that I don't really have to like... It's kind of like this, where it's like, I don't have to think about it too much. I just can just do... There's some new content to explore, but I can just play the game and, you know, having a nice conversation with a beetle the whole time. Always good stuff. And do cave diving and fishing and all that kind of stuff, which is very, very good times. Wonder if they'll make a multiplayer mode for this game. That would be interesting, right? You could just wander around together. They should just do that. Come on. How tough could it be? Maybe in the sequel. Oh, that'd be such a good sequel. It's the same game, basically. Same premise. You just have... It's co-op, and you have tasks that can only be completed by 2 people. So it'd be like mining the crystals, except one person has to hold down... One person has to, like, turn a crank, and the other person has to mine a crystal or something like that kind of thing. Like something like to get both people doing the same activity together to do a task. And I would want it to be like free roam. Like, you don't have to be on the same screen together. You don't have to stick together at all. You could go to other spots and explore separately. But there's many tasks in the game that you have to be together to solve. That would be fun. And then you have to go back to each other and take this long walk to get there and all that kind of stuff. And you're just mostly just commiserating on how long it takes to do anything. It's kind of just a fun idle game, I think. That'd be kind of interesting. That's my idea for a sequel on this. I don't think it'd be too groundbreaking necessarily, but I think it'd be a fun improvement to the design. But you can't design a game to be only single player, or you have to have a single player component to it. You can't just design it for only multiplayer, because I don't think people would want that. You can't have a separate game altogether. So maybe it would be an expansion to this, like a multiplayer expansion to the original game, because then you can play solo in the main game, or you can do the expansion with this multiplayer. I don't know. It'd have to be online multiplayer too, which is also complicated for indie games. So that is another selling point that, you know, wouldn't really work for it. But I think you do need to have the ability to walk to different parts of the cave, and your only choice to accomplish some tasks is to stick together. That's my thought on it originally. But that said, you could do it as you have to be on the same screen all the time. But then you lose a little bit of the exploration, I think. And the teamwork to a certain degree, because, you know, being able to... See, it's not about necessarily forced teamwork. That's not interesting. What's interesting is when you have to choose to work together. That's what makes things more interesting. If you force everyone to have to solve the tasks and stick together at all times to accomplish anything, you don't want to necessarily tell them you have to stick together at all times to do things, but you make a choice to accomplish a task together. And that's when you can like go apart and then come back together, and that's going to be where the interesting stuff happens, I think. That's how I'd look at it. When you can make it so that it's in the player's best interest to cooperate rather than just forced cooperation. Like I was thinking of, what was that game that me and Fixer played? That was like the prison escape one. God, I can't even think of it. We were like two guys. It was Leo and Vincent. And we were escaping prison. And we were in prison for a long time. Then we escaped prison. And then we were on the run, trying to get revenge and whatever. We played through the entire game. It was very, very interesting. It was fun. And then, but there's a lot of stuff where it's like you have to work together on it. But you didn't necessarily like have to work together the whole game. It was just like there were certain tasks you had to come work together on. And I like that freedom, like being able to go where I wanted to go. We weren't joined at the hip, but it would have a part in every single scene where we'd have to come back together to play it. And that's the kind of thing I would go for in this kind of game, where it would be open world, but then there'd be certain points you actually have to work together to get stuff done. And even if it's most of the tasks, one person can explore one way, one person can explore another way, and then you can kind of come back and discuss where you want to go next and what you think you should do first, and discover that you actually have to do stuff. Here's even better. They make it so that you have to do stuff on like other spots of the map. So like one player has to go up a floor to a spot that's further away and do something. And you don't know that until you, like, if the person discovers on their own and starts pulling a lever, you don't know what they're doing. So that person has to just sit there and pull the lever the whole time, and you have to walk around trying to figure out what it goes to. Because you wouldn't be able to tell necessarily, like hidden doors or something like that only are revealed if a player's holding up a lever in a certain room elsewhere, and then the other player has to walk around to find where the door's opening. That would be, that sounds fun to me. I know it sounds kind of boring, but that's kind of what the game is, right? But that would be kind of a fun exploration where one person's stuck holding a door and the other person gets to explore around, and you can always switch around and that kind of thing. Maybe you make it asymmetric so that like characters have different skills. So like, you know, there's one person has a key for something and the other person has a key for other things. So like you don't get stuck holding the door all the time. You're not the guy in the lever constantly. You're not the guy that has to explore around constantly. You have to switch it up because one guy has the power to do, one guy has the wrench. It's kind of like the Lego games, right? One guy has a wrench, one guy has magical powers, one guy's a Jedi, and then you can do certain tasks that the other ones can't. You have to switch characters. But in this, it's just, you know, collaborative. It's multiplayer. And I guess if you want to do a single player component of that, you would have to do it as something where you're changing perspectives between two different characters. So you would have to control both of them. And that might be interesting too, if you could have controls to make both of them move and then have controls to move them separately. Get them to move together at the same, or have one do something and then come back, and you could potentially have that same kind of situation. But I think it'd be a lot more fun with two people doing the two different tasks. And then but I mean, if I'm on a quest of sorrow, why is it so sad? Why is he so sad? But then you could have, I guess if it was in single player, it wouldn't be as fun, I think it wouldn't be as fun, but I think you could still accomplish it. But it could be, okay, we made it in single player, so it's possible to play in single player, but it's not the way we intended. And it's not the best experience. And I think if you did that, it would be fine. People would understand. I mean, same with Lego games where you're switching between characters. It's more fun with two people because one person can do one thing, and, you know, if you're playing single player, and I almost never play those games single player, so my perspective on it's probably different from other people who play this by themselves. But it's a lot of fun when you have those tasks where one person has to, like, you know, use the wrench ability to hold open turn on a machine, and then the other person has to go through a garage door that's open, that kind of thing. All those kinds of tasks that they put into those Lego games like that are really cool, and I enjoy them. So they could pull a similar thing here, I think, with the sequel, this hypothetical sequel that will never get made. Maybe it will. Who knows? That'd be cool. But this one took several years to make. The guy was developing it by himself, and now based on the success of this one, is he going to be able to build another one? I don't know. It's a lot of time. I don't know the popularity of this game. I'm doing my part here to show off why this game is interesting. You know? I feel like it'd be a totally different experience, though, if you didn't have to have my added component of having a full conversation to yourself for 30 minutes or so. That's just another challenge. It's another layer to the game, you know? Where they have to add that expansion in, where you're forced to talk for 30 minutes while you're doing this. That's the hard mode. That's the hard mode version. But yeah, it would be a totally different experience. Like I would be like browsing Twitter right now if I wasn't doing this live here, or you know, watching a YouTube video or something like that. Because this game is idle; it'll keep going in the background. You can just play whatever you want to, or walk away, come back when he's there. Like I could really just walk away, do whatever I wanted to. Play something on the Switch, do a little Animal Crossing while I'm playing this. That's when you hit that pure, like, you're gaming on every front at that point. You get an idle game on your phone at the same time you're playing this idle game. You get like 4 idle games going at once, and then play something else. That's to get that good stuff. So mainline it right into the veins. But yeah, I don't recommend any of that. Don't play more than one video game at once. It's a bad habit to get into. No, I do it. I'll be, or even just watching TV while playing games too. It's a bad habit to get into. It depends on the show though, I suppose. There's trash TV that you can just kind of just turn it on in the background and while you're playing games on the Switch or something like that. But then I feel bad when I'm watching something that's like quality, you know, acting and writing, and then I'm like just filling the like remaining empty attention space in my mind with something else completely different. It doesn't feel fair to the creators of the other properties. It's cheating everyone involved, right? Up the webs. There we go. It's a good sound effect. Kind of a ripping, tearing sound on the webs. I like it. Our spider friend is here. He's still working. Or she. Are spiders one of those species that's like the females are more common? Because like, you know, especially in insects, like the female insects have more survivability, it feels like. The males are just there for the reproduction of the species, but the females are doing all the heavy lifting for everything. Like mosquitoes. People always complain about mosquitoes, but all mosquitoes that bite are female. Male mosquitoes don't bite. So that's interesting as news. I don't know. That's what my point is. The insect world is full of, you know, there's asymmetrical relationships there. The guys aren't pulling the weight, is what I'm saying. When should I grab mushroom here? I liked when he put it into his mouth, but I don't want to. I think I want to wait until we get to the very last moment, because if these are on a timer, I don't want to give myself a short ability to get where I need to get. Other thing I'm going to pay attention to is, as we're walking here, if there's any place to plant them. Because if there is a place to plant them halfway through the darkness, then I know that I can, I need to do that in order to progress further in the darkness here. But if there isn't a place to put them, then I need to, yeah, it's just what has to happen when you go back up to the stairs there. So now I think what we'll do is I will try to walk through the darkness with the mushroom, and I'll go straight when we can and see what we can find, if we find anything at all. If we don't find anything, then I'll come back and I'll walk back upstairs again. We'll grab a mushroom, walk all the way back upstairs again, and try to see if we can meet that face again. And because that's a nice way to teleport home, honestly, at the very least. If he brings me back home again. Or maybe it's not the same if I do it a second time, you know? Why would he come back? Or maybe the shade's just lonely. He wants to meet someone else on the road. All of these things could be possible. All things are possible. Yeah, so I watch a lot of nature shows, so I think about insects a lot. Like there's always a new nature show every couple months on Netflix. So we watch a lot of those things around because they're good for the kids. It's it's pretty quality entertainment for all ages for the most part. I mean, there's some more difficult subjects for the younger kids sometimes, but for the most part, they're pretty solid. But yeah, then we get into the bugs aspect of it, and you know, you have like the moths that will fly for miles and miles and miles and then die after mating, and then you know, you have to explain all that to the kids. Like, that's where baby moths come from, I guess. It's a good introduction to that, I suppose. I don't know anything about parenting, guys. It's the secret that they don't tell you, is that you don't know anything. You figure that out when you're a parent. They're just, oh, my parents didn't know anything at all. I trusted them. Why did I trust them? There's no reason I should have. They didn't know anything. Why were they the authority on anything? This is one of those maturity things. You've realized that, holy crap, no one knows what they're doing. Why should anybody trust anybody? So-and-so could be wrong? Like, you know. That's the thing they don't tell you as a kid, because it's dangerous. It's probably dangerous to teach that to kids, that like, hey, you know what, teachers, they don't necessarily know what they're doing. You know? It's easier just to like say, listen to your teacher, but it's like, they don't like, you're not like, you know what, actually, they're just people. They might be smart, they might be stupid, they might have terrible ideas, so don't listen to them. There's a certain point where you can be honest with them about that, but like too early, I think, and then you're like you're gonna have like an authority issue going on. We're like, my mom said I don't have to listen to you because you don't know anything. That's what's gonna happen. That's how that conversation's gonna go. Don't eat it, don't eat it, don't eat it, don't eat it, don't eat it. Boing. Nice. All right, we got it. So I'm going to keep an eye out for if there's a spot that switches it from eat to plant. Because if I can plant the mushroom here, I got to stay still and let it grow again. Then I can harvest it again, and then we can keep going further and deeper. But I feel like it's been eat this entire time when I've been up here. I don't know. I hope I find something good here. That's all I hope. Like something new. And it's not like I walked all the way over here for a dead end. Because that is also a very real possibility. Very real possibility. That we just walk up and another disappointment. It could happen. Yeah, but I was thinking back to like you don't think of like teachers as people when you're a kid. It's the sad truth, but then it's like the whole thing, like, you know, everyone's had the same experience of seeing your teacher outside of the classroom. Like you go to the grocery store and your teacher's there and you're like, no, you're not a person. You can't have a life outside of the classroom. You're supposed to be this authority figure that knows the learn and stuff. But you're buying, why are you buying so much beer? Like what, why? What's going on? And then you figure out later on, they're just people. Like, you know, they can be wrong. They do things wrong. That's parenting too. Also being a shade, you do stuff wrong all the time. Just being a cave-dwelling little shadow guy. You get it wrong sometimes. That's what they don't tell you in shade school. It's okay to make mistakes. That's the other thing too. It's like, it's always like, oh, you can't say that to kids. You can't say that to what kids. I don't know. I'm a young parent, younger than some. I haven't raised a child to completion before. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm pretty sure, like, for the most part, I know there's some bad people out there and stupid people, bad parents in general, that can really screw up kids. But at the same time, I think that even if you're a good parent, you can still screw up your kids, so it's no guarantee. And what's a good parent when it comes down to it too? And then, like, you do the best you can, and it's also like they're gonna be what they're gonna be at a certain point too. There's a nature versus nurture aspect to it where they're just gonna end up okay for the most part. Just kind of depends, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't successfully completed raising a child before, so I have no idea if this is any. I'll get to the end, and my kids will be all screwed up, and I was like, oh, guess I was wrong about that. So I don't know. I don't know at all. But that's the thing. Nobody knows. Nobody knows anything. It's not like there's books on parenting. That was an Arrested Development joke. You need the narrator to come in, Ron Howard, to be like, there are actually hundreds of books on parenting. But everyone's got an opinion too. That's not that simple. You read one book, it says don't do this and don't do that. You read another book and it says don't do this and don't do that. I was thinking it mostly because I was going to, I have a new puppy. Got him 3 months ago. He's 9 months old right now. And we signed him up we first got him, we signed him up for a manners class, right? For like obedience, not obedience training, it was called manners class. And I was like in the class and learning things that were like cool strategies, cool ways of doing things. But at the same time, I'm like, how many people actually go to these kinds of classes? And then after that, who are the people who actually go to these kinds of classes and do everything the instructor says properly? Like, the instructor is like the only person that probably knows exactly how to train the dogs. It's very tough to teach that kind of, because it takes a certain amount of not just, discipline for the dog and regiment for the dog. It requires you yourself to be retrained in the way you do things. So you're training humans the instructor's training humans to train dogs. It's not easy, and I'm not necessarily good at it. So, but our compounding issue is that we got the dog back in like February. The first class didn't start till April. We got two lessons in on the class. One was just a lecture with no dogs involved. We got one class with the dog involved, and then everything shuts down because of the pandemic. So I've been waiting a month now. They just started doing Zoom classes now, where we can go online and do the classes. They decided to start the whole class over again. So it's been like 5 weeks or more since our first class. I can feel my end nearing. What? Oh, damn. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. This is getting serious. We're on a precipice. I gotta stop talking about dogs. This is amazing. Are we gonna jump? I don't think you should jump, dude. It says I can feel my end nearing. I don't know if I want to keep walking here. I can't keep walking. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. What happens if I eat the mushroom now? I'm doing it. Oh my god! Are you serious? Are you serious? Really? I am shocked by this. And I'm tempted. But I don't want... I don't want this to end. I am going to stand here for a while and contemplate this longer than I probably should. Because, one, I'm not ready for this series to be over. I got 283 days left to get through here. I want to see the king awaken. This is a heady existential question here. Like this feels like a real decision. Like this feels like a real commentary. Like, are you going to hang on to hope of the king awakening, which may be terrible? Who knows if the king is good or not? It's a question of hope versus giving up. Is it a fool's hope to just hang on? Am I just saying, oh, I gotta stay around to see the king? Or do we end it? He's just gonna sit down and think. What do you make of that? That's incredible. That it puts into the question. So then, barring that, like, okay, I want to see. I'm from a meta standpoint, right? I want to see the ending of the game, which the ending I've chosen for myself is to wait the 400 days to see the king awaken. Right? So that's the ending I've selected for the meta here. But then there's a certain point of like, as far as the role of the Shade goes, would the Shade be suicidal at this point? What's his deal? You know, is he got that pain, or is he looking for a way out? He's having the loneliness where he can't escape it. I'm starting to miss my comfortable armchair. Oh, see, he doesn't feel like he wants to kill himself. I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, just do it, coward. Like, just jump. Like, just see what happens. But like, at this point, like, I'm like, I don't want this to. I don't want the journey to end here. It seems like the Shade's words there, I miss my comfortable armchair, were enough to turn me back. So we'll walk back now. But now we know it's here. And are things bad enough? Do I mark this on the map just in case things get real bad? I don't know. Now next question I have is, can I walk through the dark the entire way back now? I gotta keep my arrow pointed up like this so I can get to that secondary path, and if I get that, I can get the warp right back home. It was a long walk here. That was surprising and shocking. As far as the shock goes, I feel like it struck me more so than the Eyes in the Darkness did. Gotta say. Because that got me thinking, like, what's the state of mind of the Shade, you know? Do we see him as a hopeful figure? He's trying to hang on, despite the difficulty of staying in the dark and you know, filling the void of time here. When the question ultimately, it's a video game, right? The question ultimately doesn't matter. It's not as complex as contemplating suicide in reality. But so I don't think there's any much consequence of. Oh, hi there again. What if I walk away from you? How do you feel about that? You like that? All right, let's go say hi again, because he'll awaken me at home, I believe, unless he kills me. I can see you. Hi, friend. I feel like I've had a horrible nightmare. Okay, we're back home. And look at all the crystals. Oh, I can spread them out. That's fun. How did I do that? How did I move that one? I don't know how I moved that one out of the way. Oh, there we go. I really don't know how you did that. Oh, I'm moving these pictures around too. Oh, it changes shape. I see. We can rearrange. I have to get him out of the way, I think. No, I don't want that. I want this to go over here. Like that. Oh, come on. Now we're doing some real Animal Crossing style rearranging of our houses. And now I have room to move these paintings around. Do a few more of them. Put them side by side like this. I could do 2 more paintings, put them there. That sounds good. We'll throw those in there right away here. Why not? Oh, you know, we should. Oh, before we draw, I want to light a fire too. I just want to see how far we can take this timing as it goes here. Because right now it's ×5. It looks like it's ×5 now with all the extra crystals. Because we're going on the 6s and the 1s, right? If I make a fire, smelly fire, blue fire, or coal fire. Let's make a smelly fire. Oh, I can't. I need 5. No, that's going to be a good reason to go back and get some more of that sulfur then. Shoot. Especially because I'm going to want to do some drawing here too. So now it's going by, it's on 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 1, 3, 5. Okay, 7, 1, 9, 1, 3, 5. What's counting down by? 5, 7. So it's ×8 right now? No. What is it counting down? Yeah, it's going from 9 to 1, so that's an 8. And 3 to 5, yeah, it's an 8. Okay. 7 to 9, yep. So it's counting down by 8 times speed right now with the fire going. And if I draw, what does the time go to? Oh, someone has said in last episode comments that he says in one of his books what his favorite painting is. And then we can draw all of them. Let's just take a look and see what it says. Sit down and read. Before we wrap up here, read a book. Thoughts. Okay. The king told me to wait for 400 days, and I should awaken him, yada yada. I dreamed of a strange place beyond the kingdom, green grass and trees, an old blind man is operating a well. Spider emerged from the depths, a scared young troll sitting nearby. Let's see, I like to explore the caves, but I feel a presence of darkness lurking somewhere. There is a secret library somewhere in the kingdom. Okay, here, look. I wonder when I will have discovered every part of the cave. So far, I haven't seen anything. I have built a little bit. I have seen a lot of places, but not everything. I have seen nearly every area of the cave. He crossed these things out. I can really use a map. Cross this out. This cave is supposedly hidden, so there's hidden areas to find. I have seen nearly every area of the cave. Okay. There is a secret library somewhere in the kingdom. I could use more books. I'd very much like to find it. I need to read more. My dream would be to find a book that never ends. Okay. I have read about the Hall of Eternity, a place where time stands still. I have learned that only a fool tries to reach the end of eternity. Nice. Since I have some spare time at home, I could use, after all, I'm occupied. My home is not comfortable enough for this long wait. Okay, we have to still work on some comfort objects. I definitely need more pictures on my wall, especially lice pictures. Okay, I wish I could have more colors for my art studies. It was possible to find some different colors. I need more pictures on the wall, especially lice pictures. Okay. There are crystals, many colors in the cave. I could harvest some of them and decorate my room. I've done that. A bed would be a nice addition. Can almost do that. Oh, I can do that now, can't I? Luckily, I don't need to eat, but it'd be wise to grow some pretty mushrooms. So it would be nice to grow some pretty mushrooms. So I should have brought a mushroom back with me. I couldn't, though, because we took the wrong kind with me. So, there's that. I'd really like to converse with someone, anyone. Currently have 10 disappointments, 23 moss, yada yada. Okay. I can't think of anything else right now. It's just loneliness. Okay, so he says lice pictures. Lice pictures? What does that mean? Is there a lice picture? It's a good idea to collect my thoughts in a book. I have several things troubling my mind I could try to figure out. Okay. Is there something I should be doing with that book then? Like, I opened it, so I opened it, so that is something. Let's go down here and make the bed instead of doing a painting, though. And we'll think about what lice pictures means. Come on. No, walk down here. No, you're gonna follow what I tell you to do. There we go. No, come on. There we go. Gotta keep walking forward enough. No, backwards, come on. I just want to get this bed built before we wrap up today. I don't even know where I was going with the dog before we were interrupted by our character trying to commit suicide. Point is, dog training is one of those things. Oh, what? I need one more piece of wood still. Oh, man. What a disappointment. Okay, can't do that one. Okay, let's go take a look at the paintings then before we wrap up. And I will make a painting of lice. Lice pictures is what he's after. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what lice are. How is he going to make a painting of it? I don't know. Is there a bug painting? This fire looks like it's almost out. So now that I know I need more sulfur, I should do that. All right, draw. Let's see. It says lice paintings. A friend. Louse. Here we go. Is there a different louse we can get? Hell? Death? The fall? The throne? Time 1, time 2, time 3? I think we just do lice painting then. So I have white or black, red, yellow. I should use black though. Blue, yeah. Because I only have a little bit of lapis, so I don't want to waste it. So we'll draw the louse. All right, we'll see how long this takes us. Oh, he's drawing very fast. Is he getting better as he goes? You can never have enough lice pictures. What? You can never have enough lice pictures? He really likes lice that much? Let's see if the book has changed now that he's written. He's done a nice lice picture. Let's sit down and read that book again. Thoughts. Okay, my birthday will be a bit sooner. Yes. Dream of another place. He had dreamed. So that's the dream we had the other day. Hidden paths. Didn't figure that one out yet. Secret library. That would be a nice addition. I definitely need more pictures, especially ... lice pictures. I didn't get an achievement though. I thought I was supposed to get an achievement for the one painting here. You know what it is? I'm gonna paint myself. I'm gonna do the self-portrait. There was that said myself. I'm gonna do one. See who's getting better at drawing. Also, there was one that said savior. Someone pointed out. The hermit. The creature. Hypnos. Tragedy. Musician. Where did I see the one that was savior? Soul, myself. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Oh, I like those. Those are really neat. Victory, defeat, myself, portrait. That's cool. Soul, myself, moon, hand. Angst, savior. Let's draw him. Let's draw it. Actually, the drawing is getting faster and faster as we go here. Maybe it's because the time elapse is faster here. I'm drawing faster. That's a cool face, though. Time's really counting down now, though. I think it's times 8 still, though. So the drawing doesn't make me pass time faster. I just draw faster because the time's going faster. That's good to know. That is very good to know. Time goes by faster. The company of great art. This one deserves a special place on my wall. There we go. And then we'll do another louse picture, maybe? He likes lice pictures. No, I want to do a self-portrait. take very long at all to do those. All right, cool. So is time going down any faster now? I think it is. No, I think it's still times 8. It might be times 9 now. It's times 8. Still. Going pretty quickly. I don't think I want to sit in here. Well, maybe we will. I just can't wait too long before the next episode. Maybe I will go outside before we wrap this thing up. So I don't want to waste too much time in here because the time will pass too fast while I'm not playing. And I'm not quite ready for that to happen yet. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I'll be back for another one very soon. Hope you're enjoying the longing still. I mean, this has got some... It's cool. It's got some, like, deeper thoughts it makes you have, you know? And we'll be back for another one of these soon. I'm going to go back to... Oh, gosh, where else can I go at this point? I think I might have to go back through my old videos and do a map out the area. Shoot, it takes so long to do. But I will do it for you guys. I'll rewatch and figure out where I need to go still. And be back for another one very soon. See you then.